Hi, it's Bob with Aspire at Siuslaw High School. We've created a website, Siuslaw After HS, that is of use to students who are preparing for college or career or jobs, primarily juniors and seniors, but this can be of use to freshmen and sophomores as well. First of all, let's talk about how you get to this website. The address up here is www.sites.google.com/site/Siuslaw After HS, and you don't need the /home at the end. There's another way to get to it. If you go to the Siuslaw High School website, and let's back up for just a minute to the start of this website, if we can. Here we go. Okay, this is the home page of the Siuslaw High School website. If you go to Menu, and then you go down to Counseling and Student Services, and we'll wait until that loads up, and here you will see, of course, Mr. Moser and Ms. Osbon, and down here a little ways, you will see Siuslaw After High School. So you can click on it here and get to the same place, and that saves you having to remember the website in case you don't happen to have it written down. Now, on the home page, in addition to the clock and the calendar, and you can see when we're making this, January 5th of 2019, you will see a date that it was most recently updated, and that's today. And the first part of it here is announcements and important dates. And we usually do these by month. So we're starting out January of 2019, so we have some important events in January. If you scroll down a bit farther, you will see some news articles. And you might want to take a look at one or more of these. They're quite interesting. We've selected them from different sources that are relevant to what we do in Aspire and to what you all do as students, and some thoughts about what it's like being a student in some cases. Right up here, take a look. If you're interested in preparing for the SAT or the ACT, please contact Aspire, that's me, b.or@siuslaw.k12.or.us, or simply stop in the Aspire office. Continuing down here, we have dates and deadlines, a much more expanded version of what we saw up here. And down here, we started out with September, the start of the school year. And we had important dates and deadlines: September, October, November, December, and now we're in January. So we're just about here. We're just at the end of winter break, coming back on not the 7th, that's Professional Growth Day, but the 8th. Now, take a look down here a little ways. Some of this is important to deadlines like application deadlines and for colleges and scholarships. So here's one, January 15th, University of Oregon application deadline, and January 15th, University of Oregon scholarship priority deadline. And then we go down here, we have February 1st, Oregon State University application and scholarship priority deadlines. So keep an eye on this. This is as up-to-date as anything that we have, so you can usually rely on this to be pretty current. We try to keep it up at least every couple of days. Now, as you go to March, you're going to see March 1st, there are a number of scholarship applications due, and these go all the way through March, April, and into about mid-May. There are a few scattered ones after that, but for the most part, we're over by about May 17th. The rest of this, so there are all kinds of deadlines and dates of importance in here, which you will want to keep track of. And of course, we in Aspire will also help you not to miss any important deadlines. So that's the home page, very, very important page. Now let's take a look at the rest of this. Over on the menu on the side, we have links to the newsletters that we've started putting out, the grade 12 newsletter and the grades 9 through 11 newsletter. We also have some books that you might want to study, some guides to college and things like that. We have a couple of calculators linked to this website. Particularly, they're useful for doing calculations on what it's going to cost you to go to college or take out a loan or pay it back or something like that. Down here, we have class schedules. You'll notice that we are current in terms of the class schedule for this school year at Siuslaw High School, just in case you need to reference that. Then we continue down the side here, and we get to college life. Now, this can be useful if you're not in college, of course. How to buy and sell a car, how to care for a car so that it keeps its value, how to find a job, how to get a birth certificate, a driver's license, a passport, how to get vaccinated, some tips on interviewing, how to rent an apartment, and how to travel to a foreign country. And these are, of course, very basic, but I think you'll find them useful. Now, down here under colleges and universities, we have Lane Community College as its own separate category. And the reason for that, of course, is that many of our students choose to begin at Lane Community College. So you'll find a number of things in here of use. Then we go to, we go down here a little farther, Oregon Community Colleges. This lists all the other community colleges in Oregon and some information about each one. Blue Mountain, for example. We have a link to the college. We have some facts and figures. We have, and then videos. Sometimes we've been able to link videos to each of the colleges that may be helpful to you as you look at them and try to decide where you want to go. Then we have Oregon Private Career Colleges. Those would be trade schools. Oregon Private Colleges. Public universities, a few that are out of state, and some links to sports in college. Now, continue on down here. We have some definitions in case you don't know them. There's actually a lot of definitions and acronyms like FAFSA that you might want to know the meaning of. Then we get down into financial aid. There's a link to FAFSA. There's a link to federal grants, financial aid checklist and information. We have how to pay for college, a summary of some options, Oregon Promise, state grants. Now, this is the one I want to take a particularly good look at, which we will do in the next video. Right now, this is just an overview, but next time around, we're going to look at this one in greater detail because it's one of the most important pages on this website. Skipping over this one for a moment, you can look at that in your own time. Jobs, enrichment, and service opportunities. Here we have links to a lot of different career categories, and if you're looking to decide what you want to do after high school, take a look at some of these and just look at what some of these, like here's engineering, careers in engineering. If you click on this, you're going to see some information about engineering careers. And you can look at, believe it or not, there are lots and lots of different careers in engineering. So you might want to look at those and some of the others that are in this page of the website. Now, we go on down past that. We have employment summer jobs. Enrichment and summer programs. That would be more like an academic program or a summer camp that is for people who want to learn a particular skill or something like that. Some information about taking a gap year. Here's military, different military options. Service opportunities. As you know, we encourage volunteer work. It's very helpful not only for you to learn about your community and how you can serve, but also learning about opportunities and gaining important skills that will help you when you go to apply for scholarships and college applications, because many of those organizations are looking to see if you have done volunteer work. This one on multiple intelligences we'll talk about later. Going down here, the Accuplacer is what some of the community colleges use to determine your placement. You can look at information about that. The ACT, the PSAT, National Merit Scholarship Qualifying Test, NMSQT, the SAT, and some others. And then down here is a link to these videos that we are actually creating right now. Volunteering with Aspire, that would be primarily for adults who are looking to join our Aspire program as mentors. And then, of course, the site map down at the bottom. So for now, for this first video, we're going to leave it at that. Go back to the home page. And in the next video, we're going to talk about those scholarships in greater detail. So thank you for joining us, and we'll be back soon.